Hey PC World fans, Adam Patrick Murray here on this glorious Thursday to build a PC. I'm not alone who tuned in for a food stream. We're doing this a little bit later. We had some obligations in the morning cover. We're not the only ones here. Willis is on the horizontals and verticals this time producing. So hopefully everything works right. Let Willis know, if anything's broken, yell at him and he will probably ignore you.
Oh boy.
If it looks familiar, it's because I built this in early December with SK Hynix sponsorship money. This was maybe a 2070 Super? No, I can't remember. I can't remember what it was that I put in it. Anyway, since then, I had March when I got my hands on a 5800X. I swapped that in here, and then also got a new GPU. So it's a 2080 Super. And I don't mean got a new GPU. I'm using AMD stuff, but I have had some hiccups with audio and the USB ports. Nothing major, but it also got me thinking. I always, previous to this, built Intel systems. I was an Intel guy. Last, 6 months actually in prep for this. So the CPU that I'm switching to is a side grade rather than upgrade. It's a 11700K.
The internet connection's jumping back and forth right now.
Hold on, one fine folks. Let me see
There's no way it's an internet. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm getting the choppiness on the stream while I'm watching.
All right, so don't end the stream.
All right, I think it's looking good now.
Right.
We fixed
Oh,
it.
man.
We fixed it. I think
Yay.
we fixed it. Let us know how it looks right now.
Yay for technical problems. Like I said, we're flying by the seat of the pants, by the seat of our pants this past month because we've been in the studio. We've been slowly refreshing it, repiecing it together. We're having some sort of weird internet issue. I don't know why. We have some solid internet, so. That's why we're getting some choppiness.
Somebody saying AMD's angry because you are ejecting a 5800X for an Intel part. Now I say you probably got a lot of grief over that. What's the you want to? Am I interrupting your rationale for that, or you just want to?
Two things.
Answer the question. Don't wait for the translation.
Answer the question. Two things. Number one, I have had USB problems. With both the motherboards I was using. Some people in Discord were saying that actually, because both motherboards I had were B550, supposedly it's not as bad on X570. I tried to do some changes. I was still getting some problems, especially with audio. And when it comes to video production and when it comes to my work machine, I don't want to have to be troubleshooting stuff. Like I need it to work. If it's a gaming rig, whatever, I can kind of tinker with it, try to make it better, but I need this thing to be rock solid. So that was annoying. But even if I move past those things, which is fine, I think maybe trying out an X570 board, which I have something over here. I'm going to take a 5800X, do that, do some tests, see if that's better. The other one, like I said, is I'm not saying Intel's better. I always was an Intel person. So now that I've tried AMD, I almost want to go back to Intel and sanity check myself. Be like, okay, it's a part for part. Am I going to feel something different in my day-to-day workloads? Is my playhead going to scrub better on a 4K timeline?
Got it.
Exports, they're probably going to be a little bit slower comparatively if we look at just benchmark charts. Who knows? But your benchmark charts are different than what I edit and export. So I just don't know. So for me, it's more like sanity check. Switch back to Intel. you know what, was I just being too cautious for so long? And if that's the case, if I don't get any benefit of going back to Intel, other than maybe the hiccups of USB problems and stuff like that, then I have no problem going back to AMD. It's not like I'm going back to them because I can't wait to go back to Intel. For me, it's more like, okay, I've tried it for a little bit. Now I want to go back to Intel and be like, okay, I do see some benefit, or maybe I don't. So that's why I stuck with this one.
Okay, and that's actually a good science experiment, and it's not necessarily clearly a regular person shouldn't upgrade, just upgrade.
No.
So.
This is not a recommendation to say, hey, if you're on a 5800X, you should switch over to an 11700K. This is because I have the parts on hand. I've been able to get some stuff. I actually did get this on a sale. Some of the stuff was provided. So for me, it's more like I have the parts. I get to do the science experiment, and you get to hear the benefits of it. So
why 11th gen, not 10th gen? I know everybody's going to ask that.
Well, actually, funny thing, Gordon. So this is actually first of two builds. So I titled this Adams update because this is an update to my rig. We actually have an update coming in a couple weeks. Willis is going to update his rig. So he's actually switching to a 10th gen. We got two parts. We got a 10900K and 11700K. Yeah. You would think there's some benefits going one over the other. 11th gen PCIe 4, 10th gen has more cores, right? So, but when I went with 11th gen, I wanted that PCIe 4. I wanted the newest stuff, the XE cores for QuickSync, things like that. Your testing had showed me that the QuickSync was definitely better on 11th gen over 10th gen.
It's definitely better than what you're getting in 5000 series.
Well, true.
Because there is none.
Yeah. So yeah, he's got a real upgrade. He's going from a 6900K up to a 10900K. Which is crazy because that was an 8-core chip for $1,000, somewhere around $1,000 I think at the time. But now it's 10900K is a 10-core chip.
Yeah,
right?
no, that should be
for what was it, 400-ish?
Yeah.
So times there are changing. Anyway, I'm more of an experiment. He's actually going to do the upgrade. He's actually got some really good surprises for his. Anyway, I'm rambling. I think we should get straight into it. I did turn this on for a little bit. Because I need to do a triage. I'm going to use the same case. I really love this case, Gordon. This might be one of my favorite PC cases I've ever built in. This is a Phanteks P300A mesh. I love it because it's a full ATX size case, but it's so small. It feels so compact. Like this, and Elena had recommended this at the time, so I was trying it out, and I was trying to think of other things to switch to. I mean, there's other things I want to try out, but at the end of the day, I'm like, dang, this is a damn good case. It looks nice. It still has plenty of room for everything I need. Good airflow, well reviewed, for the most part. So I'm going to stick with this one. Like I said, when it comes to production, I want something that's reliable, is going to work. So I'm going to stick with this case. I'm also going to stick with the GPU, and then I have drives in here that I'm going to stick with. Obviously, I'm going to upgrade to a PCIe 4 M.2 NVMe for the boot drive. Everything else, so I have 3 drives in here. I have my video production drive. I have a drive that I use for my ROMs. I got them all legally, I promise. And then I have a big spinning platter backup drive that I back up to. So yeah, it'll be swapping 3 drives, installing the new PCIe 4 drive. But yeah, the case, the fans. So since the build, I did add a couple Noctua fans that were my personal fans that I've actually used for many, many years. So it's intake in the front, exhaust in the back. I actually wanted to, if you can look at the thumbnail, I wanted to use the Noctua NHD15. The dual tower design in here.
It's not gonna fit.
Last minute, I double checked, and I was like, oh man, it's not gonna fit. It's like within a couple millimeters. So I hurried and rushed a Scythe Fuma. I can't remember the model name. Unfortunately, it didn't get here in time. It was supposed to get here today. It didn't. So I'm just gonna use this is a Be Quiet Pure Rock 2. I have a black version. So either I'll reuse this one or I'll use the black one. It doesn't matter. But I will switch later to that Scythe Fuma. Now that I had that dual tower taste, I don't know. I kind of like rocking with it, especially since this is a little more power hungry, a little hotter.
What graphics card?
This is a 2080 Super, RTX 2080 Super Founders Edition that I have in here. So
Not a 1080 Ti?
no. Willis is on a 1080, but yeah, no 1080 Ti.
Adam gets the good stuff.
Adam gets the good stuff. Are we holding up?
Or stream is good. Stream's looking good.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah. I
right.
think it was just the 4K.
The
thing.
4K.
The
I'm
4K.
sorry. I
I'm
tried
sorry,
to do it
guys.
in 4K. We'll have to run some more tests. Now you're stuck with just a lowly old 1080p.
Yeah, and before we get into it, just want a quick shout out to we got a lot of super chats that
Whoa!
came in.
Super
even
chat?
before we started live, you know.
Wow, thank you.
Just
Even
wanna-
with all the problems.
Even with the problems. So yeah, thank you so much for everyone. So we got let's see, Eek44.
Eek44.
Eek44, a friend of the show, gave us a total, so separate super chats, but a total of 150 Danish krones.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Now over in wherever that can be used, we're rich.
Yep. And basically, basically they said here are some coins to upgrade the bandwidth.
There we go.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's the weird thing. We have corporate ass fiber connection up in here. I have no idea. You know, maybe it's the switcher that we have or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
We'll figure it out later.
I know.
Thank you though.
Thank you. And then another $5 super chat from VC Pester. And then another $5 from Sabishihito. Sabishihito. There it is.
Cool.
I don't know
No
that
messages
Japanese
attached?
name. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. Awesome. Thank you. Always appreciated. Never expected.
No, actually, there was some trash talking from VC saying people with PCIe sound cards don't have that problem you have with the USB. And Sabashito said you don't need to justify your choice to fanboys. Pick what you like. Yes, and that is true. Everybody needs to remember that. Whatever you want to buy with your money, that's up to you. If they want you to spend their money, then they get to complain. But until they give you their money, they can go F themselves.
Or whatever you want to buy with corporate money,
Oh, that's true.
use it. Anyway, but yes, no, if you know this, I don't have it here because it's not technically part of a build. I have been testing the Creative Sound Blaster X4, which is an upgrade, a small upgrade from the X3. I'm going to do a video on it. But yes, I need a sound card. I need a sound card. Sorry, full stop. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, I have an Elgato 4K 60 Pro Mark II capture card in here. That's also going to be going to the new system. So anyway, I've let this warm up a little bit. Hopefully it's warmed up enough to pry that cooler off the CPU there. I'm going to power it down.
You can start this.
Yeah, well, let's start it. So first things first, let's deconstruct the body here. Like I said, I am going to use some of these parts and recreate the same kind of system-ish in an X570 board, so I can do some side-by-side testing for a follow-up video, but then also see if the X570 board helps with some of the driver issues that I had. You won't see me, I'm not going to build out two systems. It's mostly just tear stuff out of here and I'll repurpose it later. So, okay, and yeah, then let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
You like this case just because it's tiny, huh?
Man, not only is it tiny, let me make sure I get in here. If you want to switch to the overhead, Willis,
Alrighty.
I will reveal the inside. It's got the nice glass on the side, and it's tiny this way. Like when I hold it, when I carry it to and from, I'm like, dang, this is carryable. But when you look inside, you got plenty of room. This is a full ATX board. I got plenty of room to route my cables up here. If I was gonna do a front-mounted AIO, plenty of room. Or if I wanted a larger GPU, I can't remember how long this 2080 Super is, but I mean you got room in here. And then I've got, what is it, 3 drives at the bottom here. Two slots here for drives. Back mounting points. You'll see once I tear it out.
Yeah, no, it's nice. I have actually bring it in. I have a micro ATX system my wife used to use with an old Core 2 Duo in there.
Oh yeah.
Actually, Core 2 Quad, I think. But, it's an Antec case built on the. Remember, they had the really popular P180 series. They made a micro ATX version. It's actually bigger than this case,
Oh.
and it's micro ATX. So
Wow, okay.
that's people have gotten way more space efficient on case designs.
Yeah.
Although there is not much room if you want to put a CLC on top, though. But
Yeah, there's only one slot. It does accept 120 and 140. I never mounted anything at the top. My temps were always pretty awesome. Oh, you know what? I forgot to show you the coil whine. I was getting weird coil whine in this system.
oh, right. So this motherboard, not only have you had USB issues, you also have a coil whine issue with it too.
Yeah, I thought it
You're
was
ready to kick it to the curb.
I thought it was a GPU, so I had swapped GPUs at one point just to see. But yeah, under rendering loads, I don't know if Lindsay is in the chat, but if she's working with me in the office, and when I start to render a video, she usually puts her noise canceling headphones on because the coil whine. She's like, "Oh my God, does it have to do that?" And I'm like, "No, it shouldn't be doing that." And I don't know what it is. I don't know what the whine is. So.
I like those little fancy caps on top of the heat pipes for the.
For the Be Quiet. Yeah, you know what? Yeah,
It's very classy.
my builds before this have mostly been the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo, right? Cool, nice cooler, very standard. And then yeah, I started using these Be Quiets. I think it was once again on an Elena recommendation, and I like the look of it. I have another one over here that's black.
Is it as cheap?
That's a good question.
I mean, those 212s got. I mean, that was the main thing. Is they were for a long time. They were like $25.
Yeah, I don't know
Probably
the.
not.
Yeah, I don't
Adam
know. off the
doesn't
top of
know
my head.
because the company is paying for this. The good news is, luckily, no one is watching, so they have no idea that he's throwing out perfectly good hardware.
I'm not throwing it out.
I know,
A lot of this
he's
stuff will be
recycling it.
repurposed. A lot of this stuff
It'll
will
be
be
repurposed in other builds, but
Yeah.
there's nobody in corporate or accounting watching this, so they have no idea. Like, could you imagine somebody in accounting going like, "Wait, you had a Ryzen 7 5800X and you are upgrading it?" 8
Not
months
upgrades,
later?
side grade.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
but
corporate IT would never
know how
approve a side
accounting
grade.
is.
Yeah, they're like, you're not doing it for an upgrade until another 5 years. What are you doing? Yeah, well, that's the funny thing. We're we have an IT department that does manage that stuff, but we get to play with other stuff as well. So I technically have a work laptop. My what is that? Gigabyte Aero 15. That is a work laptop. Managed by IT.
so you have a WD Black.
Oh yeah. So the original build, the original build with 3800X was an SK Hynix P31, gold P31. But when I switched over to the 5800X, I threw in the WD Black PCIe 4 because I wanted to see if PCIe 4 was any benefit to me. The thing is, for me, I don't edit off the
Right.
boot drive. So
Did you feel any different?
I
mean,
didn't-
you've gone from 3800 to a 5800X. Plus Gen 3 to Gen 4, but you did not notice it in Premiere.
I'm not, no. Mm-mm. No, I mean, and if I did, it would have to be one of those things where I'd run a test and look at a chart and be like, oh, this number is bigger. But in real
Yeah.
world,
I mean, that is one of the traps of falling into bigger bar better, and we all do that. We all go, well, bigger bar better. But if the everyday person can't really tell enough to where it annoys them, even though one is actually provably slower, but if that person can't feel it, then did it matter? You know?
And once
That's
again,
kind of a
my use case, I was talking to Willis about this earlier. The way I store files and work off stuff is different than most people. I like to have separate drives for separate things. So my main drive, I like to just have the OS on it. The OS applications, things that I need momentarily. But anything work related, I have on a work drive. Anything gaming related, I would have if I did gaming on this and didn't have a PC setup, I would have games on a separate drive. And my backup, obviously, I've got a drive for backup. So, you know, if I were to work off the internal drive, would I feel it then? I have no idea. But also, that's not a trade-off I'm personally willing to take from my work, just to work off the boot drive. That's just me. It's just me.
You know, this very much gets into the whole. I'm gonna channel Intel right now. This is channeling Intel speak. This is one of those things where they say, that they did for part of the Evo initiative, is to, like, you know, we all all the professional reviewers, all the computer scientists, all the nerds like the bars. They look at the bars. They look at this. The average consumer, or the average, although they didn't do video editors, but the average person really doesn't. These may not be the things that bug people. They are not the things that irk people. So we're going to create a bunch of parameters that we think will affect people more than bigger bar better in a lot of ways. I do wonder, though, like,
I mean, it's different on a laptop too. You got to worry about power.
it's different on a
heat,
laptop, and yeah, that's definitely power and battery and boost and all that. But I do wonder on a desktop, could you apply the same psychological research? Because you went from a 3800X to a 5800X, and before that you had a 6900K.
Yes.
Is it anything you can tell the difference? I mean, but even then, like, it was probably slower, but had you just gotten so used to it, it didn't matter, you know?
I mean, yeah. For me, once again, I would take a slower system that is stable and that I could rely on.
Sure.
Way more than I would take something faster that's either going to break on me or I was going to have to troubleshoot every couple weeks. Because, like, yeah, that's just me when it comes to work.
Yeah, no, if you can't get the job done, then you have failed. So yeah.
Which I'm not saying that the AMDs were unreliable. I ran into problems more than I expected to.
Well, it's also just a general talk too. Is a lot of people will say you need to take your laptop, you need to undervolt it. Well, it's from the factory. If you're undervolting your laptop from the factory, something ain't right. You know?
Yeah.
And I just think that approach is, you should have bought a different laptop, or maybe you're probably being a little too discriminating sometimes.
And once again, I'm also not saying Intel's more reliable and that, you know, I can't wait to go back to Intel. It's more like I've been on AMD for a little bit now. You know, I felt bad getting on the Full Nerd and say, you know, and giving any sort of advice, or, you know, if people would ask me for anything advice-wise, because I'd never tried AMD. We'd always talked about the glories of it and the virtues of it, but I had personally never used it. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to try it. I'm going to use it.
Sure. No, there's something to be said for that.
Yeah. So I did, and yeah, I've enjoyed it. And man, we have a video coming out that Gordon and I just shot of an update to the AMD versus Intel, where things stack right now. And yeah, I mean, 5800X, you know, even beats the 10900K in a lot of things.
Yeah.
I totally know that. I totally see that. So, you know, still, we're recommending AMD for most people.
Yeah.
But now I want to sanity check. And now I want to go back and be like, hey, you know what? Actually, IGP does make a difference for what I do.
Yeah, QuickSync. I'm just going to be interested to see if the QuickSync makes a difference to you, and also these are newer execution cores from Intel. Whether that makes a difference, or well, you not actually feel any different at all.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, but I would say that's a win. Then if I switch over to this and it doesn't feel different, that's a good thing, right? Then it's on parity, because the prices for for this system and the 5800X system are pretty damn similar. So, you know, I would call that a win for AMD, because that hasn't always been the case, right? So,
yeah, no, I mean, AMD's in a fantastic spot, but it really gets into, I think, when you have gearheads. I've been around the gearhead community for a long time. Sometimes people get a little overboard with it a little bit sometimes. And
well, it can be fun.
And it's fun, I understand. And you know, you want to cross the finish line in front of your friend, but for actual everyday driving, it may not really matter that much. And 90% of people don't care. They just want it to work and be fast enough. I think reasonably fast, where they don't go like. It's very much like, I would say it's similar to add-in sound card versus integrated sound card, or basically a slow computer, or 4K versus 1080 for some things, or high refresh versus 60 hertz. You don't know, it sucks until you use something really nice. So.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, so you have 2 SATA drives? You have 1, 2.
Actually,
you have a SATA
yeah,
hard
yeah.
drive.
There's 2 mounting points. I thought I had 2 back here, but I guess I only have 1. So the I have 2 2.5 inch and then 1 spinning platter. So this one is my work drive. It's 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte. I can't remember. I think they only top out at 1 terabyte. So yeah, 1 terabyte for the work drive, and then I every Tuesday now I come in and throw it on our NAS. I have this drive for personal stuff like ROMs and things like
Right.
that. It's actually kind of an older drive. I think it's
Personal stuff.
I think it's an 860 Evo. I can't tell. It's mounted to the back, but it's an older Samsung 860 Evo, I think, if I were to guess. And then actually this my backup drive's a new one. It's a Seagate Barracuda 4 terabyte green. I guess I don't do the green or the colors like WD does. But yeah, so everything backs up to this 4 terabyte. My work drive, my boot drive, my personal drive, it all backs up to this 4 terabyte thing.
So who decided to put Noctua brown fans into a black case made by?
I know. Actually, so I bought these. Like I said, I bought these years and years ago. These might have actually been in my first PC build. Now that I think about it, my first personal PC build.
It's an homage to your original PC.
Yeah. If I were to
That's fair.
if I were to rebuy them, I would obviously get the black ones. I personally don't like the brown, but I don't know. It's out of all the times that I keep changing, certain things, it is nice to be like, you know what? I'm just going to keep reusing these fans. They still work. They still do great. They still force a lot of air. I was going to ask. I do have a 850. I think. Oh yeah, 850. Do you think a 650 is enough for a 11700K with a 2080 Super? Think I should just roll with it, or do you think I should throw the 850 in there?
I don't know what they call for, because what's the 2080 Super power? Min power?
I don't know.
Let's find out.
I probably will throw it in there because this is fully modular. This is not. But
I would think you'd probably be
you think I
right.
should?
You're right. Let's see. Oh, they have a user guide.
who? Oh. Well, you don't like going to the a PSU calculator?
650 or greater for 2080 Super.
Okay. Especially with the 11th gen, which is going to suck a lot of wattage.
I think it would be an interesting experiment to see what happens.
To let it run? To let it roll?
They say 650.
Wait, but what's the worst that could happen? Is it going to just throttle performance? Is it going to overheat? Is it going to light on fire?
I mean, you could run into stability issues, but it's unlikely that you are going to be. I think you'd be fine if the 650 min. Yeah, because there's no minimum spec for an 11 series, right? 11th gen, a 11700K, 8 cores. I think you'd be fine.
Okay.
Go for it.
Hey, I have it in case I need it, and I can switch to it later. So
Is it modular?
this one is not modular. No.
Well, then you should upgrade it because it's modular. Because we all know
I
modular is
know.
better than non-modular power supplies.
I kind of wanted to, but
I
whatever.
recently had to.
That's
I
fine.
pulled out an old machine at home. Guess what?
What?
Didn't plug all the modular cables in there.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Jeez,
yeah.
how-
Where are the cables for
How
that
could
modular
you?
power supply?
How could you?
I don't know.
Mistakes were made. Okay, so now this, since I'm gonna roll with that power supply, now let's get this motherboard ready. I will say, yeah, I had 2 sticks of Ripjaws. I can't remember the timings. Let me look. Was it two sticks? So 2 times 16, so 32, 3600 CL16. So I'm pretty much doing the same thing here, but it's got the G-Skill Trident Z Nero. So 3600, 16 gig times 2, CL16.
Adam, I just got a note from accounting saying, why didn't you just move the RAM from the other system?
I'll tell you why I didn't move the RAM to the other system. Because look at that, this one's got RGB.
Oh, That would actually, in fact, if when you're filing your expense report, if you say added RGB support, accounting will go, yes, that's fine. Yes, that's.
There you go. Okay, so
You upgraded from what to what for RGB? Yes, that's always. Every accounting department will approve for RGB.
It makes editing efficient for us.
it really does, Gordon.
You know what's
Bigger-
messed up is see,
bigger
like
RGB better.
Everybody has the stereotype of the accounting department, and I will say I've worked in an accounting department in a software company in the 1980s. Yeah, and it's actually generally true. But then you're going to get. I bet you today you would run into somebody. You're going to get some intern accounting. You say, "Oh, Mrs. Ollard, I was looking at this Adam Patrick Murray's expense report. He just puts RGB in everything, and they keep approving it. Well, it's RGB. It's important. It's an acronym. No, RGB is just LED lights. What?
RGB is awesome. Come on, get out of here.
President of IDG, this is Mrs. Ollard in accounting. Adam Patrick Murray's been ripping us off to the tune of $10,000 over the last 2 years. But Mrs. Ollard, he says he's got RGB.
It's RGB. It's RGB. So I do have a little bit of a journey with this motherboard. I gotta let people know. If VC Gesture's in the chat still, is he?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. Then I actually stole this motherboard from VC Gesture. Not that I went to his house and stole it from him. He was looking at this for a build, and when I was going to get these parts together, I was like, ooh, dang. That's a nice motherboard.
It's a good-looking board.
So,
good color scheme.
yeah.
Gigabyte.
Gigabyte. It's a Z490 Vision G. It does support 11th gen. Gordon and I kind of looked over the specs and whatnot.
And Gen 4 in the
Yes,
for
Gen
PCIe.
4. The problem is, I went to go download the BIOS update. It's like F20 or something like that from their website the other day when I went to go prep for this build, and the link was dead. So yeah, I took F8, which I think is the last BIOS, put it on the thumb drive, used their Q flash system, plugged into the right port, hit the button.
Oh.
I think it worked. So it should at least be on F8, maybe on F20. I don't know. I did end up finding a version of F20 somebody had uploaded because the link was broken, and I did Q flash it. So hopefully it has the newest BIOS that allows for 11th gen on it. If not, it probably just won't post, right? Or it'll at least go to BIOS.
Yeah. I think it just won't post, actually.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
There's a good chance it just simply won't post if it didn't take. VC Pester gave us $2
Hey.
and RGB for setting white balance.
Hey, there we go.
And I do like Mike, Steelskin 667 saying yes, RGB. They'll go like, Mrs. Ollard thought RGB stood for really good budget this whole time. No, it doesn't stand for that at all, Mrs. Ollard.
It's really
it's
good.
It's red, green, blue. It's an RGB thing.
No, really good.
It's extraneous. It's what kids put on their systems.
Down? Oh, is it peaking?
It's white, yes.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, no, it's a really good budget.
Yeah.
Really good budget.
Elena also chimes in saying this is a good motherboard, but I will point out this board was a warehouse return, which
Yeah.
I did not know. And Adam said it looked fine.
From
One
Amazon.
thing I'm concerned.
Amazon.
I am actually very concerned.
It says it's inspected, Gordon.
Yeah, you know what? They don't inspect under the little plastic to see if some nitwit had bent up all the. They look good. Okay, we're good.
I
I was afraid they R-made it because they destroyed half the pins.
yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, luckily the sticky stuff is still there. That's a good indication, right? The only thing I noticed about this board was that this corner, I don't know if you can see this front corner is kind of bent a little bit.
Yes.
So maybe somebody did try to put it into a system.
Oh, those are the best
I
people.
don't know.
The best people who buy stuff, and if the box has a single crinkle in it, they return it. They can no longer legally sell it as new, so then they put it in the used section, and you get basically a brand new item for like minimal cost.
I will say I was looking around for Z490, Z5, am I saying that right? Yeah, Z590, and Hardware Unboxed has some really good roundups of Intel 11th gen boards supposedly this one was really good on their list too.
Yeah, Thunderbolt? No Thunderbolt.
Nope, no Thunderbolt. I mean, I
You
don't.
do video editing.
Yeah, but I don't use external drives like that. So
Yeah.
I edit off of the SSD. I back it up to a drive, bring it in here to put on our NAS. That's my hybrid work from home solution.
Yeah.
It used to be I would load up a drive and take it over to Willis's house to take advantage of his Sonic fiber.
At one point, I'm just like, you know what? Here's the Wi-Fi. Here's the Wi-Fi password. Take it, park it down my apartment building, and then just upload it whenever you like. But it's always nice to see Adam coming by.
This user manual's pretty thin, but that's nice. It must be a single language. Yeah. You know how you usually get that quarter-inch thick one that has all 10 languages in it,
Oh yeah.
including Elvish.
Yeah, if you can check my RAM slots for me. I did not check the RAM slots.
These days, it's almost always the outer pairs. But still, again, yes, A2, the counterintuitive way to label it by engineering.
Yeah, you don't start with one. You start
But
with
one
two.
should be first. No.
So let's see. Where's A? Okay, so A2, B2. Got it.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
so
just
outer
those two
pair.
outer pairs. Usually, it's the way it's usually. But I'm interested in the M.2.
Willis, do you like the look of these RAM sticks?
I'm loving it.
Yeah. So I also got these for your build.
Nice.
Let's not spoil what the theme of the build is. Some people out there might know, but I don't think so.
Only if they know me well enough.
If they know you well enough, I think. He said Elena's in the chat.
Elena's in the chat.
Okay, so she knows.
Yeah, I think Elena knows. Yeah.
So not only is he
spoilers, Elena.
upgrading his work production machine, it's going to be around a theme.
Oh yeah.
Is there going to be really good budget stuff on there?
Yeah. There's
so.
some really good budget stuff, but also very high budget. He got a V, so he got a Z590 board. He got a nicer board than I
Nice.
have.
That is nice. It's like you guys have it backwards, actually.
Well, I know, right? Well, but
He has a 10 series with 590, and you have an 11 series with 490.
But he wanted his motherboard for a very specific reason,
Yeah.
which you will see
And
later.
You will know, yeah.
No spoilers. No
You
spoilers.
can, by the way, add Thunderbolt if you can find the Thunderbolt add-in card for this.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
that's
there
cool.
is a Thunderbolt add-in card header, and there is also, of course, your TPM header module if you want to do discrete TPM. Okay, why am I not seeing
Where is TPM?
usually low?
Oh, yeah, there it is. So I got it. Got it. Yeah, okay. So let's. The 11700K no stock cooler, so we will be throwing different cooler. Don't worry, I got my Intel Inside sticker.
Really?
We keep talking about those stickers and who the hell you would use those stickers.
Well, it's an old school thing. I think the thing would be to collect them all up into a giant, massive pile.
Really?
Well, you know, it used to be, in the old days, you would go to the local corner store, you'd buy a system, and then you would get the logo stickers. They would stick them on the case and make them a little less generic. In the old, real white box days. Okay, where's
All
it?
right.
Switch. You can do 2 Gen 8, HDMI.
Yeah, and I got a message from Elena saying that she does have a spare 10700K around the set somewhere. If you want to try using that instead of the 11.
Oh, to try to upgrade the BIOS?
to boot. But that's up to you.
I mean, I think I did it correctly. Either way, even if I put the 10700K in there, attach a cooler, then I'd have to take it out after I updated it. Best case scenario, everything's updated and I just leave this in. So thank you, Elena. Thank you. I'm gonna try to roll with this. Did it scare you?
Yeah. No.
The guy who puts
Gordon's cringing a bit.
the guy who puts a Coke can on a cooler.
Because for people Well, technically, Adam, you should be holding it right in the middle, and getting it as parallel to the socket before putting it in.
It's okay.
Or you-
Elena said she had a spare CPU for me. I'm good.
You would have to have your spare motherboard. That's the issue.
Oh, got it.
But
you
no,
know
it's
what?
fine.
I could send it back and be like, hey, it's a warehouse
Yeah,
thing.
warehouse deal. Socket.
Yeah, socket's dead.
We got another return of one of these vision boards. I saw them building it on the internet. They're ripping us off. Jim, Mr. Bezos?
It's the internet.
It's accounting. Somebody's trying to rip us off again.
Okay. Oh, you know what?
What the? Get this rocket out of orbit now.
So I'll tell you what. That WD Black that I had in the 5800X system, that thing got hot. It has a built-in heatsink, but man, yeah, that thing warmed
Oh, really?
up. Yeah.
Well, yeah, Gen 4 it ain't no joke.
So this one's got a much bigger heatsink.
You're going to keep that? Yeah, you should roll with it.
Yeah. This is what.
right.
Yeah. Because it doesn't come with a cover. Only the.
Heat spreader?
Heat spreader. Actually, you know what? Does that mean it has 3 M.2 slots?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Really?
So we have
Wow. I don't think I've-
motherboard. So this, of course, is direct attached motherboard, and then the other two are off the South Bridge. But
I had no idea.
I was trying to look up what that "things don't work" sticker was, but I'm gonna guess.
Oh, I think it's the limited functionality. I bet it's because of PCI 4. You have to upgrade to get 4.0.
No, you have to level up before you.
Oh, you have to
get
level
Gen
up.
4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I just want to see what they're talking about, but I keep getting distracted.
With your accounting voice, I like this voice. It sounds kind of like your internet voice a little bit.
No, the internet voice is different. This is we haven't given this character a name in accounting.
Sounds like a character from The Simpsons.
It is actually the same character from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
It's the kid who works in every fast food place.
So yeah, no,
Mr. Bezos, someone return another board again.
That poor guy. We got Peter Jensen saying that once upon a time you could use both AMD and Intel on the same motherboard. Can we
What?
get that again?
what?
Is that right?
Man.
Was that right?
But the
Oh no, that's not even the way. It was like Intel, AMD, Cyrix, Winchip.
Oh.
I don't even know what that is. That's
They were also has been x86. Wasn't there? God, this is where you need like younger people that still have memory, like Ian. But wasn't there Nexstar too? I like everybody had an x86 CPU back then. Everybody.
everybody.
They all worked, and they all worked horribly. So the original story of why Intel came out with its own chipsets, the history as written is Intel wanted a piece of everybody's lunch, so they wiped the aftermarket chipset market out. And of course, I think some people would say Intel had to make its own chipsets because those aftermarket chipsets were not pleasant chipsets. And apparently their chipsets were so good that they wiped out all the aftermarket chipsets, as some people would say. What, of course, Intel did was they moved from, I feel like we're like just back in my day, they moved away from socket to slot. They came up with this backside cache on the Pentium 2 series, all kinds of stuff that justified going to a slot and a cartridge kind of CPU. AMD and everybody else came up with their own thing called Super Socket 7, which was basically everybody but Intel that was still left. And I remember Andrew Sanchez, rest in peace, said, yeah, it really sucked.
Do you have? Oh, you know, I think I have some thermal paste here.
It should come in the box.
No, this is a reuse. I've used this cooler before, so.
Mrs. Ohlert, he didn't even pay for this. He said he reused it. And he charges again this month for that cooler.
Well, that's because this cooler doesn't have RGB. So I have some Noctua thermal paste.
Why can't I not find this?
What are you looking for again?
I keep looking for. I just want to find out what they're saying with limited functionality, because I can't do multiple things at once.
LGA 1200. So number 1, mount the backplate.
Why is there no index on this? That's what I keep looking for. There's no index page. I guess they figured, well, oh no, here we go.
We got another super chat. Eek44 again with
Woo.
25 Danish crowns saying
Woo.
good night to all, work tomorrow, and happy build. Love.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always good to have you here. Thank you so much. Have a pleasant rest. Hopefully we lulled you to sleep, and you will dream about the lady in accounting.
And I actually made a boo-boo super chat shout out earlier. So actually, Eskimonster actually donated also donated super chat as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Also
Why
with Danish
are you
crown.
trying to steal from Eskimonster?
I'm so sorry,
Friend of the show,
Eskimonster.
Eskimonster.
Eskimonster, sorry about that.
Dang, how
Thank you,
rude.
thank you for your
Willis,
super
that's
chats.
it.
They don't specifically lay out the.
That is weird.
Note. M.2 connector is reserved only, no functionalities. Okay, who wrote this one?
Gordon, can you tell me what's been going on with Gigabyte?
Well, so recently there was some kind of, a security penetration of its servers, and they supposedly lost a lot of NDA information on everybody, and that's the reason why you probably couldn't download that BIOS, because there's a bunch, once you have a security problem, they have to go through, figure out what the hell happened. And
Yeah, they had a bunch of dead links. I tried to go to some other link on their website too, and it was just down.
Yep. It's just-
Well, that sucks.
yeah. No, it does suck. It does suck, because also you don't know what they lost, and you don't.
Was it customer information?
No, the bad thing, of course, is you lose information that is not your information. Those companies that you lost it to and you attested you could keep it securely are never happy. So that's an issue. And I think that anytime you have, a loss of proprietary information that is supposed to be insider only, that sometimes comes out to haunt everybody, because they use that information to attack everybody.
Oh. Okay.
Why in the hell? That is bizarre.
They're not saying why that sticker's there? Did I get the wrong manual? Did they switch it at the Amazon warehouse?
No, it's a correct manual. So they're basically saying, yeah, both of those M.2 slots
At the
are
bottom?
Gen 4, though, because those are Gen 4. Well, actually, I don't know why they're saying Gen 4, because it's not Gen 4 if you're. Oh no, they're by 4. Okay. They're both. So both those other ones are PCIe, but it makes zero reference to this direct attach. Right, that's strange. It should. I mean, that's direct attached to the CPU, but I just don't understand why they're not saying what you get from 10th gen, what you get from 11th gen. Because 11th gen you should get by a Gen 4 by 4, and I would think with 10th gen it just falls back to Gen 3, but they don't say.
You're just looking for confirmation?
Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing. They tell you how to install Optane memory, though. So you can actually install an Optane memory in this if you wanted to, which, okay, cool.
Is that still around? I thought that.
Yeah, I think they haven't came out with a new version of it. I don't think they're pushing it quite as hard, though.
Thought I was able to get storage in a RAM slot.
Yeah,
Did that not work?
I don't know. Let's hope. I mean, nope, not here either. Tells you how to set up RAID. Okay. Nope. Okay. Never mind, nothing. Nothing at all.
Big old nothing burger.
Okay.
Well, thank
Yeah,
you, thank
so
you for
yeah,
that.
as somebody was saying, some slots are only activated with 11th gen. Usually they tell you that in the manual, but I guess with 10th gen you get nothing. And that's the only thing I can think. With 11th gen you should get everything. So it's just because you get all the Gen 4-ness goodness.
Yeah, I don't think I have actually.
Yeah,
Built
the top-
in the-
It is direct attached to the. God, I really. God, I'm screwing this up. Shabashito was saying, yeah, the top one is generally Rocket Lake, and yes, the top one is direct attached to the CPU. But I'm trying to figure out what you get out of a Comet Lake part, because I would have thought you could do direct attached to the. You could do that too, but they don't seem to spell it out in the motherboard manual.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever built a PC that has 3 M.2 slots. I don't think I've ever used a motherboard that had 3 slots. That's
Really?
why I was confused. I mean, maybe, I don't know. We've built a number of systems now, but I don't.
Well, I mean, so again, that's one of the arguments. So when actually Adam he didn't tell me he was going to try to rip accounting off by upgrading for 5800X, but he did consult me on 10th gen versus 11th gen, and my pitch to Adam, my pitch to him was, I would do 11th gen because, obviously it's the newest cores for desktop, which is good. Yeah, it's 14 nanometer, not good, but you're getting the newest cores. You're getting, not full XC EU count, but you are getting a new XC graphics cores. But my pitch was, look, you're also getting the newest USB support. You're also getting Gen 4. So that means Gen 4 to the GPU, as well as the other big deal with 11th gen from 10th gen is you got that double wide connection to the PCH, the South Bridge. So technically you could hang more stuff off the South Bridge with and not suffer the same bottlenecks you would out of a 10th gen part. And like in this board, both of those should be Gen 4 on the South Bridge, or probably Gen 3.
Wait.
Z490? Yeah, it'd still be Gen 3, but you have 8 lanes instead of 4 lanes going between the CPU and the PCH. So what's up,
Gordon? I have.
Oh, use it all. Get more.
I have the old.
More.
I have the old Gamers Nexus mat. It only goes up to Coffee Lake. How do I know where to put it on Rocket Lake?
Well, what they don't tell you from Gamers Nexus is you need to use as much as you can,
Man.
and even if it's applied, that will never die. That will be the best joke ever.
Too small.
Oh, that's plenty.
That's
you can
plenty?
smear it around. I'm really lazy. I just let the heatsink smash it down.
Yeah.
But you could take the plastic bag. You could actually use the actual included. Sometimes they give you the
Oh, like a little
thermal
smudger
paste
thing.
smudger. You could just turn it into a plastic bag inside out and smear it out, or you can just smash it down and let it happen. I almost think you should. Do we have a portable monitor we can plug into this?
What do you mean for the?
I'm just wondering if we should
I
just
have a
go
monitor,
ahead.
but
Oh, we should get a little tiny one. But I was thinking maybe we should just fire it up on IGP, just to see if it posts. Because we really don't know the state of the BIOS because you couldn't.
you know what? I have had a streak. I have always posted, Gordon. I have always posted. So I'm gonna.
He's gonna do the smash it method. Folks.
I'm gonna do the smash it.
James Pryor's there. Hey, James.
James, what is up? Glad you could join us.
James Pryor, for you don't know, is formerly of AMD, and is now complaining why aren't we using the big siphon thing, with the I can't remember the name of it.
Big siphon?
The thermal siphon.
Oh, the thermosiphon? Or yeah, man. I know. We never got a unit in, right?
I thought Linus and I thought
Linus did a video on it.
Linus
but we didn't.
did he get final? And I think
he got final.
so does Steve. They know they'd be wasting it on us.
Thermosiphon.
Thermal siphon. I think it's cool.
Yeah, the thing. And the great interview. If you want to go look it up, CES 2020, right? It was
Ice Giant, yes. Oh,
Ice Giant,
And
yes.
James wrote it in all caps.
Ice
indicating
Giant.
not happiness.
Ice
with our
Giant
in
TM.
pronouncing it incorrectly. Yes.
Ice Giant.
I do that myself. My coworkers can attest. When I'm so angry, I use the shift key and I don't even care. I will hit shift and I will somehow end up with the quotation mark because I don't care. At that point when you're yelling, I don't know why people want to get it grammatically correct because you're
right.
yelling at that point.
Yeah. If it was in real life, you'd be slurring your speech. Yeah. Okay.
Wow, it is a pretty. Be Quiet does make some really pretty.
Right? Isn't that nice? Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. I think
that.
it's like a $5 premium over the H2 Tuto Vivo.
I do
don't know,
like it because
if Elena's
usually-
still here, Elena, please tell us the price difference between the Cooler Master 212 Evo V2 and the Be Quiet.
Because doesn't it look
Pure
better?
Rock.
Because usually I get the feeling like at the factory for all of the really low cost ones, there's a worker. I'm gonna tell you, there's a cigarette in this hand as he or she goes through and just kind of crimps it with some kind of tool and just. You know, because it just looks like, oh, pinch it off. Or do you need to put the nice caps on there to make it look pretty?
CPU fan. Yeah, so I'm gonna roll like that. That's the one thing I don't
Wait,
like,
is the
though.
is the fan orientation correct? You look.
Oh, don't worry. I learned from Elena. She has a video coming up soon of how to find the correct fan orientation. She's taught me. It's ingrained in my head. I will say the one thing I don't like about this is that you're pulling this metal piece over the fins, and see, sometimes it doesn't line up and it bends the fins a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, not a huge deal, but. There we go. Cool. Look at that. All right.
You're not gonna. Okay. You don't want to fire it up now and see if it posts if it's not got. I guess keep going. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going, Adam.
You know what, Gordon? Have faith in me. Have faith in me.
Adam.
All right. Cool.
Nice. $5 from VC Pester. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Asking, so out of curiosity, do you all remember what your first article was in your journalism career?
Man, I can't remember it all. I mean, that was like.
That was like the '60s, right?
Yeah.
Back you were still a
What?
typewriter, just clack, clack, clack,
Ah,
clack, clack, smoking a cigar, right?
It is actually cool to go into those old newsrooms and check it out.
I mean, I do like watching movies, and you just go in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's actually a great clip you can watch. It's called Newspaper
Can you
Movie.
move this real quick?
It's made by, I don't know, Seth, whatever, some comedian, nighttime comedian, but it's really fun. It makes fun of every single newspaper movie ever, and it's actually very correct. It's called Newspaper Movie.
That sounds good.
Newspaper movie.
You know, it's all the smoking and the talking about sources, and then they have the tense scene where they're passing off the envelope with the secret information. The source is passing off the information in an envelope, manila envelope, to somebody. Which, of course, if you think about it, two complete strangers sitting on a bench is like, well, that's like really strange now. So, that's
Right?
that would call attention to it.
Man, I have wrote my first article within the past 4 years, probably. I don't even remember what the first one was.
You know, I just realized though, how do you actually do less for Super Chat? Because whenever I do Super Chats, it hits me up for $5, like I'm rich or
No,
something.
it defaults, and you got to grab it
Really?
and go this way. Yeah, it
Oh,
defaults
damn.
to $5. $2 is the minimum, I believe. So yeah, you have to grab the slider.
Google you.
All right.
Wait, but then, oh my God.
Yeah, that's how they get you. That's how PC World gets you. Make you default. Make you pay. Yep.
But you know, I didn't realize you can do $1, but all it is like, hey.
You can do $1?
$1 is just like, hey.
Oh. Hey.
That's it. You ain't nothing else. Like, hey.
Wasn't that just
What's up?
Isn't that a sticker?
For
'Cause you could
$2, you can say something.
Is that just a
Wait,
sticker?
did it go
maybe?
through?
Yes, it did go through. Thank you, Gordon,
Hey,
for
thank
$2.
you, Gordon. Yeah, too bad there's no message.
They charge you like 30% of your Super Chats, I think.
Google. Yeah.
I've been giving $5 to Steve and everybody all this time. I could do $2. I can just like say,
yeah.
I could say more.
Steve don't need that extra $3. Psh. We bought this that tool set from him unsigned because it was cheaper. Then we were supposed to get him to sign it at the.
Oh, we still have to get him to sign it.
Yeah, we still need to get him to sign him at the next
Oh, you get him to
convention.
sign more things and you sell it. That's a
Oh,
side business.
yep. There you go.
I actually have, believe it or not, a tricorder and phaser, communicator or phaser signed by David Gerald, who wrote The Trouble with Tribbles.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a TOS phaser, right? Not a TNG.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's.
He's like, what's this?
Yeah, no, he would take it and snap it in half, I'm sure. So.
Side note, I shared it in our Slack channel, but it's the 12 25th anniversary of Star Trek 4.
Oh, the whale, one with the
Or
whales.
35th anniversary? I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, they're doing screenings of it. Yeah, remember when we went and saw the motion picture in the theaters, Gordon? Me, you, Elena, and I think
Yeah, I really enjoyed that experience.
you got some good sleep. It was Leif. Leif came with us too.
You just, yeah, I don't. Do you have to be on something to enjoy that movie and actually think it's? I just don't understand. I just don't understand.
Sorry, I'm gonna get in the way of the camera here. Oh crap.
James Pryor, I'm gonna splurge to show up Gordon.
Uh-oh.
Time again for an Ice Giant Pro Siphon Elite build, my guys.
Oh.
With a snowflake, meaning
Okay.
cooler because it's Ice Giant.
I don't think I can get that past accounting because it doesn't have RGB though. Right?
Oh, you know what? That would be.
They're like, why do you need this?
Every single PC gaming company. Wow, you know that they really these projections. Why is this forecast so low? It just nobody's. I thought it would really do well. I mean, look, we had Andy Warhol's son redesign it and everything. It's just like it didn't sell. What went wrong? Well, sir, it didn't have RGB. If you had some RGB to it, you could sell it again. What? That's dumb. People aren't just going to buy things because it has RGB. And then you have insert scene where it says 3 months later.
3 months later, oh my goodness, we can't make them fast enough.
Yes.
The Full Nerd has a segment on it talking about it being a toilet paper launch.
I actually talked to somebody who we were just conversations like, yeah, we have this product, it's a software product. It's like we're going to pitch it to gamers. It's like, oh, that's cool. You need to add RGB to it. It's like, what? Yeah, you need RGB
the
in the
interface.
package.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
put
the
something in the
package.
package so it blinks and gets RGB. I'm sure he was like, that. You're crazy.
He's like, what? I don't get it.
Yeah.
And then
I'll tell you.
3 months later, it doesn't sell.
No, are you kidding? If you actually put
No,
software
I'm saying
package
he,
with
he didn't put the RGB on, so it just 3 months
Yeah.
later it didn't sell.
But if you actually had your product and you actually said includes USB RGB strip or something,
Now includes RGB.
something, maybe just like a light, maybe a magnet mount you connect to a USB header to throw
No.
light in the
It's
side.
it's like cereal. RGB strip inside, a free RGB strip inside
Yeah.
every one.
I guess it would have to be USB. It would have to be external USB port because if you try to do it off a USB header, somebody would force it into the wrong header and then sue you for breaking their computer. But if you do USB, then you have a better chance of you not getting sued. So.
I forgot which cable is which, but no.
It's true though. Don't you remember like AMD, like, Wraith Prism, what could make this better? Oh, well, the Wraith comes with the Ryzen 3. Oh, that thing kind of sucks. It's free, it's good. Oh, the one that comes with the Ryzen 7 with the RGB.
Oh, it is, dude.
We are
That
just
is nice.
suckers for
Those
it.
Wraith Prisms,
They are
man.
really nice. There was a good color scheme. And then one that came with the throater. We are just suckers for RGB.
Oh, the threat. Yeah, that was a Cooler Master one, right? Wraith Ripper. Oh, this one's having a little trouble getting this one in.
Well, I'm not even supervising here. I've just been talking smack. I just need beer.
I know. I was like, you know what? It's later in the day. I'm gonna bring some alcohol.
Isn't
I
there
forgot
any
to
here?
bring alcohol. I don't know. There's none here. It's a ghost town here.
Not even the keg?
No, the
I
cake's
know.
gone.
Yeah, the keg's been gone for a while.
Oh, this is a good suggestion from Craig Lilly. Kellogg's ARGB Frosted Flakes.
Ooh. ARGB, but it has to have 4-pin
Yeah.
then, right? So.
I don't know.
Not every motherboard has ARGB.
Come on, man. The ARG people.
There we go.
Come on. It's just RGB. I think everybody understands today's RGB is addressable RGB. I mean, really, it's pretty hard to get. I mean, you can get it, but most of it's addressable these days.
Oh.
Well, you got to get all technical with and technical everybody on stuff.
Huh. Gordon, I got screwed.
What?
Look at this. See, that's what this is missing. Dang, this
They didn't give you something?
Yeah, this motherboard was supposed to come with one of those things where you put the front panel pin connectors in and then you plug it in. Man,
Oh, does it really include that? Are you sure?
I don't know. Maybe it doesn't.
I
but-
don't think it does. This
I don't
does
know.
not look like one of those.
Well, but
you get
it's
that thing.
look at the slot. It's one of those ones that looks like it attaches a.
Oh no, that's just probably standard. I'm sure you did not get it.
I'm gonna blame Amazon. Gonna blame Amazon. Where did I put those? There it is.
Yeah, they don't see.
Doesn't say.
No, they don't tell you. Somebody really phoned it in on this manual here. They don't tell you what's in the box.
What's in the box?
Box contents: motherboard, driver disc, user manual, 4 SATA cables. You do not get it.
Dang it. What's in the box? Gordon, what's in the box?
You don't get it.
You know why I like this? It's also magnetic.
Well, that is actually pretty nice.
But it's magnets to try to hold on this diffusion, but it's crappy. But it
Well,
is
it's a
nice
ver-
because then it goes like this. I can
it's a
hang it
nice
over the edge.
diffuse light too.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so you just got to do those by hand. That's not going to kill you.
And then we'll see if this thing posts.
Oh, you don't even need to put the video card in. You can put the drives in after.
Drives are already in. Power.
Yeah, I don't think he paid for that option. Some people are saying it should come with the harness, only if you pay for it. This looks like a. You know, you can almost tell how much the motherboard costs by how thick the box is, and that looks like that is not going to get you that with that. The thicker boxes get you more stuff.
Hey, luckily it has headers for all 3 case fans, all around the edge. I hate when there's a case fan header right here, because then it doesn't look as clean. So let me plug in the other case fan headers right here, which is cool, up in the corner.
So, but
I
you-
didn't put the CPU power on.
Look at it. This color scheme would work right in with me, Adam, because this looks like you don't care. You just don't give no damn no more. Because look,
What? You don't like the
you got
look
like
of it?
black.
You don't like the look of it?
It's like, I'm gonna be all black. No, I'll make some of the motherboard white, and then I'm gonna throw in some of these Noctua color fans. This is like,
well, I mean, yeah. I don't like the Noctua either.
unless you are an elite level NBA player at, say, the Oscars, you cannot wear sneakers with a suit. So, no. For us, it just looks like something ain't right. It just looks like, come on, you should do black fans.
Okay. Well,
No, you
hey,
don't have
well,
to.
now I gotta.
No, actually, you can't,
Now I
'cause
gotta
the motherboards-
expense them. Now I gotta expense
Oh,
them.
then you should get the RGB ones.
Actually, I do have some RGB fans, but they're I don't do a ton of RGB in my work rig. That's for Willis. I'm gonna let him have the RGB. You know what? I'm gonna plug in that extra 4-pin. I didn't have it on the other system
Other 4-pin?
for the CPU power.
Oh. Sure.
And then I'll be ready. It's,
Did it have an integrated? I was not even paying attention. It had an integrated I/O shield. Oh, that's nice.
integrated. Remember, because it's bent a little bit. You know what? Maybe I don't have. Oh, you know what? This power supply does not have an extra 4-pin.
ATX 12V connector.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, ARG folks, we could throw that stuff out.
Huh.
Yeah, that's fine. If you have the EPS 12V in, that's fine. I think. Is it 8-pin?
Yeah. It's so the 8-pin, and then there's that extra slot for the 4-pin.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't need it.
Gordon says I don't need it, and I don't need it. I've been plugging it in just in case lately, because it's there, but I guess I can't. Okay.
Tech 360 Gamer gave us L1.79, which is $1.79, or I'm
That's
saying
pound, right?
179 pounds. How do you
Nice.
do that? Is it pounds 179 or 179 pounds?
170 pounds. Yeah.
How is World of Warships, Gordon? Is it still good? Yeah, no, it's
sucks.
everything you expect.
All right, Gordon.
My son sits in my office when he plays games, and I play games, and he gets concerned because I get so angry. Because
I got something new here to show off too.
Oh,
Whoa,
There's a new monitor I got in
I like
for
that bezel.
for review. This is the Monoprice 27-inch QHD, so 1440p, 165 hertz dark matter gaming monitor. This thing is actually pretty cool. I just unboxed it today, so I'm going to try this out. It's an IGZO panel. Remember I was telling you about this? So, and then yeah, it's only like, it's not that much. It's super cheap. So let me.
You know, an IGZO is a sharp technology, so if they actually say IGZO, like actually IGZO, then maybe it's actually a sharp panel.
It's 450. IGZO, yep. Sharp, yeah, it even says Sharp IGZO panel.
Nice. I
100%
wonder.
sRGB accuracy, 100% Adobe RGB accuracy, 92% DCI-P3. HDR support,
And G-Sync compatible.
adaptive sync.
Yeah.
Adaptive sync.
No, NVIDIA has just called up. They said G-Sync compatible. DisplayPort version 1.4. They don't say what the refresh rate range is.
It does not. I did not look it up. It might say it on the their site.
I'm thinking it might be 55 hertz to 165.
I don't know. Yeah,
Range.
it's. I'm curious. We've talked about this recently too. Is 1440p enough? High refresh rate doesn't necessarily get me excited, but if it's high refresh rate plus an IGZO panel, so it's like really good colors. You know, maybe this is the best of both worlds for like work and gaming.
Yeah, no, it's like that
know.
Asus panel. God, that is just. Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong one. They have a 1080p 165 for 230.
I'm okay going to DisplayPort here.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Because you don't have any. They have a. Wow, they have a lot of them. They have an HVA 27-inch 240.
Yeah, it just came out with a new line. I don't. Oh, here's the hardware controls too. I hate touch controls on a monitor.
Yeah, no, those are bad. Is it a joystick though? That's what that Asus really has. Its UI.
Yeah, I mean it's a joystick. It's a single joystick, no buttons. But still, way better than touch. I'll take a single joystick. I just want to help me. No. Oh, okay. I just want to make sure it's on the
I don't see.
press control pad to turn on off. Control pad down, scene selection, control pad right, main menu.
Dark monitor. Here we go. God, these are really. The prices on these are pretty crazy though. Oh wait, this is the
27-inch 165.
They must not have it on their website yet.
Yeah, because they have I think it's a whole brand new range. Just got released August 3rd.
Yeah, so we have no idea what the.
Maybe it says it in here if you want to poke around.
No, I looked.
Oh, you look. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I can't. Maybe it just automatically switches. All right. Well, let's roll with it. Let's hope.
They have a curved 1440p ultra wide, 120 hertz overclocked. Open box.
All right.
All right.
Wills, can you see this monitor
Yes.
on the wide shot?
Yep. Yep, you're good.
All right. I don't know how bright it is, but we'll see. All right. What do we think? Time to take bets. Time to turn in your
Will it
bets.
post?
Will it post? Is Adam going to continue his streak? This is If it's good, if there's one that's going to break my streak, this is going to be
You
it.
threw caution to the wind. I would have recommended posting it before you, but that's fine. It's easy enough to swap the processor
Yeah,
out.
yeah. And this Be Quiet is pretty easy to install. So
It's just the thermal
right.
paste is the. You could have fired it up just with the cooler sitting on top of it, just to see, or even without it.
no, don't even want to try it. All right, here we go.
Moment of truth.
Oh, fan spinning.
Oh.
The monitor lit up. RGB.
Oh, let's come on. Is the monitor? Yeah.
I mean,
I see blue LED on it, so the monitor's ready.
no
What's
signal.
your no signal? Is it on DisplayPort? No, it's going to power saving.
Oh.
Maybe switch to DisplayPort.
I don't know how to. The controls are not super intuitive. It says press the control pad to turn on off.
Oh, wait. Come on. Give me a UI, something.
Well, okay.
It's just weird we're not even getting the UI on this.
Right. I can try HDMI. I don't know. Maybe the UI is just defaulting to HDMI.
Matthew Lane says, famous last words, I always post.
I always post. Oh, it has a USB-C connection too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, that's nice.
Wait, where's my HDMI cables? Where's my HDMI?
Oh, and there's LEDs on back.
Oh yeah, and the bottom too. These bottom little corners. See this right here?
Oh, but they're not lit up.
It's like little wing. Oh, this one is.
What?
Oh. Oh, it was right here.
Or maybe because the monitor's
Oh.
off. It's.
Okay, well, let's try the.
Well, I don't think it's DisplayPort. It's either. Maybe we should just try turning it on, turning it back on again. No? You're just gonna.
Let's try it. I think it's the monitor. I'm gonna call it the monitor. Yeah. Okay. Here we go, waiting with anticipation. Anyone making any bets?
People said you better get ready to eat some paper, I think.
Uh-oh.
Paper.
Mike, aka Big Mama in Maine, Big Mama in house says I am trust issues in return motherboards. I'm a little. It is a return motherboard, folks. So.
I mean, it's just also weird the monitor won't like give us an on-screen prompt.
Oh, I see the LED. That's actually a pretty cool monitor.
Oh, right here, yeah.
$300. Oh, the monitor prices have really come down.
I'm gonna blame the monitor.
You have another monitor?
Yeah, I
That's
do.
actually portable monitors are pretty handy for this.
Yeah, because I can't even guarantee that this monitor is working correctly.
Oh, man. We got any field monitors?
All right, let's try this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this.
What about that little tiny one? No?
I mean, I worry about those field monitors because they're for like cameras. Sometimes they don't display
Yeah.
computer resolutions.
VC Presser asks, when swapping out the motherboard and CPU, is there a way to reinstall, repair Windows without losing all of your files, programs? So it reconfigures itself to run optimally on new hardware. I think you can do it. I wouldn't say necessarily optimally, but if you go in and remove all of the drivers, the motherboard drivers, and all the drivers that touch all of the hardware in the motherboard, You can often successfully transplant hardware from
I wouldn't do
even one to the other. Adam says he wouldn't do it.
wouldn't do it.
I would sort of agree that, yeah, it's probably not recommended, but it's a major pain to move all of your applications and documents and cookies and all that stuff. It's not
Okay.
like resetting an iPhone. It's
I
it's a
plugged into
pain.
this monitor HDMI 1. HDMI 1 is on. Here we go.
But yeah, you can do that. I have successfully done that, and that's sort of the lazy way to do it. You can have issues, but typically what happens is you blue screen
Oh,
if you
whoops.
move from one to the other. But
Defaulted back to the
oh, I see.
display port because.
Oh, you could just say it worked.
Yeah. Oh, it worked.
I got a bad feeling about this, sir.
It's gonna go over to display.
Boy, the light on that is really nice.
Oh, poop.
Elena's insisting. Do you want to use the 10s, the other CPU?
I mean,
You all got only one scenario you have to do now. You have to pull the CPU and try to post it with a 10th gen. Because
you don't think I should put in the video card? Maybe it's the IGP is disabled.
well, actually, come to think of it, this was a used motherboard, so maybe whoever put it in there, well, I guess you can. Doesn't hurt to try it. I was saying we should reset the CMOS, but that's okay. Just go ahead and give it a shot. You're driving. I don't want a backseat drive here. Ah!
Oh, is it out?
There's no words for that except ah!
Yeah, lots of crunching going on here. Where's your trick?
Oh, you can't reach the.
I can. It's just kind of like caught a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
You got it. Yeah. Okay.
These damn things. See, I'm not a fan of these damn things, I mean, these just,
Well, it's got the shroud on the outside right there.
yeah, man, how do you,
What if you ticket it from an angle?
I guess that's the only
Oh,
way
okay,
to
there
do
you
it.
go, there you
But but then you sort
Maybe
of,
now you're too far over. Yeah.
that's the problem is you're sort of,
There
you
we
can
go,
do it,
okay.
but then you're now bouncing around on that little white thing.
Okay. All right. Let's try it. I'm gonna unplug the display port so it doesn't keep defaulting back over there.
$5 super chat from LaSalle Rhymes the Third. Loving the show. I would have stuck with the Team Red on CPU.
Yeah. Maybe I'll go back. Maybe this is broken.
I'm turning it on. Ready?
No. Hold on. Oh, I went to HDMI 2.
Yeah, and Adam legit had problems. He had USB issues with that motherboard he had, and you can't sweep things under the rug. If you have problems with USB and that's your experience, as other people have had, then what are you going to do, right? So, but yeah, obviously,
Not like I'm running it away though. It's
No.
I'm not saying Intel's better at this point.
But I at the same time,
All right.
a normal person wouldn't upgrade from a 3700 to a 5700.
No,
I think so.
not at all, not at all.
But if you can write it off and trick your accounting department into paying for it, then you would do it because that's the way to do it.
Ah,
Nothing?
oh, it fell asleep. Yeah.
I think the BIOS did not take, and you need to flash it with another part.
You're out
So
of
wait,
there.
you did get the F20 on a USB key.
I have it right over here still. So I mean maybe the Q flash didn't work. I tried that Q flash
Yeah.
system where you just like literally throw it in and plug it in and
Yeah, so
hope for the best.
not that I'm saying I'm right, but I would suggest that you pull the CPU, put a 10th gen in, and flash it, and then put the 11th back in.
If that doesn't work, then it's the motherboard.
Then there is a reason they returned it. Now, here's the thing: is if you get your expense on the motherboard, and then you return that motherboard, and you take that money and you buy something else,
Yeah, like booze.
or more RGB, and then Mrs. Oler in accounting won't notice.
All right.
Good thing we're not recording this and putting it on the internet.
You're right. Can you ask Elena where her 10th gen chip is, please?
Elena, Adam. Adam is wondering where
Hey,
the 10th gen chip is.
Hey, Elena, Adam here. You know me. Good
Yeah,
old
we should
buddy,
go
old
ahead.
pal Adam.
You should. I don't think this board has a reset BIOS, but you should pull the card. Maybe just pull the coin cell or find the. Is there a reset? Is there even a reset jumper? You might as well, because you have no idea. Whoever. Remember, this is a used motherboard. They could have like dragged balloons on it, then had their cat poop on it.
Do you mind checking in here? Seeing where it is?
We'll just look for it.
Yeah, while I do this. Because there's the Q flash right down there.
Yeah. Wow. See, that's how you know this is not a high-end board. I know. Oh, there is a Q Flash Plus. Oh wait, what's Q Flash? Did you do the Q Flash Plus button?
That's
Or how you
that's
did
what
it,
I
right?
did. Yeah, for the BIOS.
Then there is clear.
So Elena said it's near the bookshelf, near Gordon. Top shelf cardboard box on the right side of the shelf.
I'll go ahead and clear it.
Oh, got it.
Let's
Thank
just
you.
see what happens.
Thank you,
then.
Elena.
Do you
Thank
still have
you,
the
Elena.
monitor hooked up?
Yeah. Why?
All right, well, let's reset the CMOS. You never know what they did before they put it back in the box.
Okay. Hey, you know what? If it posts, then I'll take it. Anything to try it here. I gotta. Where was the plug?
Down here. Hopefully I made good enough contact on it, but
Warrior Zero, yet another proof that 10th gen Intel is superior over the 11th gen.
Yeah, it's on HDMI 1. Okay. All right. That's fine.
yeah. Plus you're getting these weird things with this fan. You notice it, how it's not.
Yeah.
It's not spinning.
Come on, it's only gonna take a minute.
Yeah. Only take a second. Is good practice. It's I had to lose somewhere. It's okay. Winners always lose at some point.
Yeah, but you could have avoided it by simply firing it up earlier, and then.
Yeah, but if it would have worked, then I wouldn't have had to.
But then you could have maintained your streak, right? Because
It's a Gordon told you so.
no, but you knew what a.
Which one's lazy? Which one's I don't know. I was being lazy. 'Cause if it would have worked, then I wouldn't have had to switch anything.
Yeah, for people coming in late, this is Adam. Board is not posting, but out of the box, this is, it's a Z490, so out of the box, 11th gen support doesn't work without the F20 BIOS. We don't know what would happen, but most likely it would not boot. Also, this motherboard is a returned BIOS. Somebody returned it to the Amazon warehouse. They subsequently sold it to Adam for, I don't know, $12. So you just don't know what happens.
You know what? That was a good amount.
Yeah,
I don't feel like that was.
it didn't go
that was
overboard.
too
You
much,
got
yeah.
to the ends of the. Yeah, that's.
Problem is, that's probably enough just to boot into 10th gen, right?
Yeah,
Just
plenty,
leave that.
plenty.
All
It's
right.
people. You're not. You won't overheat, and even if it does, yeah. I guess you're flashing the BIOS, so that's. What was it?
Now I just don't want to get it on my hands.
Well, also, if it will post with the 10th gen part, we know the board is good, but you do take a risk with any used products that it ain't good.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, we'll see. I do have a backup motherboard if this board doesn't work.
Yeah.
Peter Jensen asked, could it be the RAM's the problem on the board?
Well, you shouldn't cause it not to post.
And they're seated fully, so. I mean, it could be. All right, so this is a 10700K.
Parallel to socket.
Parallel to socket.
$2 from VC Pesters. So
Thank
are
you,
you
sir.
saying that Gordon was right? Where's the bell? Where's the
Hey, this was no competition.
No, this
This is no competition.
is as long as you're building a computer, you're winning. There you go. Just sit on there and fire it up.
What? Don't even.
Ah, yeah.
All right. Gordon says wing it. This is Elena's chip. Elena, you saw it. He said wing it. All right, so we'll know right away that, well, the fan's spinning. That's a good sign, right?
monitor's
Give
on?
it a little
Right?
longer because it's a new CPU, but
Oh.
I mean, yeah. At least the fan's spinning this time. Oh,
Oh.
what was that? Oh, it just like power cycled. Oh, wait,
Monitor's
wait.
on.
Hey, woohoo!
There it is.
Okay, well, I didn't post first time, but yeah, well, I guess that's what happened.
well, let's. As much as let's just screw it. Let's at least put the fan on, I guess.
Here, no, I can properly install it while we do this.
Well, are you just gonna flash the BIOS?
yeah, just
and
gonna
then
flash the BIOS.
replace the 11th gen in there?
Yeah, as long as I have the right BIOS, I think I do. I won't clamp it down. I'll just, make it so at least it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, you can fire boards up with just, I put just heatsink sitting on top of the CPU, it's fine, without any thermal paste. So, but as long as you're not doing anything, it's fine, usually. I haven't done that in a while, but. Yeah, if I were flashing it, I guess I'd want to make sure it's stable, so
Yeah.
you should at least put the fan on it.
All right, so CPU fan.
$5 from Lindsay Murray.
Hey.
Murray. Fingers and toes crossed.
Yeah, it
Okay.
worked.
It worked.
It worked this time.
And
All right,
Elena's
so,
screaming
well, at
internally.
least, I mean, we didn't get into the BIOS, so, who knows still, but it looks like that was the case,
Yeah. You have the.
which is understandable, because, like I said, I tried to flash it with the Q-Flash thing, but it was one of those things where you just plug in the motherboard power, the CPU power, literally just lay the motherboard down with nothing else plugged in, no CPU, no RAM. You plug in the thumb drive into the correct USB slot and then hit a button.
Yeah.
And I saw the USB drive light up for 2 seconds. So there's no guarantee that it actually just flashed it. So
Yeah.
I need a
People
keyboard.
pointing out you have to, of course, make sure you're using the correct port. I was actually here when he tried to use Q-Flash, but there's no speakers, there's no way to tell if it took. And somebody says you didn't put any thermal paste down. Yeah, we didn't because we're just flashing.
Well, there was thermal paste
There's thermal paste on the heatsink
on the heatsink already. Yeah. So half is still on the 11th gen. The other half is on the. I don't need a mouse, right?
No, not for this. It's easier without it generally. Matthew Lang gave us a super chat. Thank you for $10.
Woo! Thank you.
I'll take a rain check for eating some paper. Yeah.
No, it's okay. I'm not going to count this.
You
as
can do that next time you write down your predictions. Take this and put it towards ordering some pizza.
Right on,
Did we
right
miss
on.
one earlier too? Oh yeah, Lindsay. You got the Lindsay.
Lindsay,
thing.
yep.
All right.
Thank you all.
Well, so it's a technicality, Gordon.
What?
Did I technically post?
Somebody said you did post because everything worked,
Everything worked.
but the BIOS wasn't in place. So it all depends
that
on
still
what the
counts?
meaning of post is.
You know what? I'll leave it to the chat.
Oh, you could have gone straight to Q-Flash from there,
Oh,
but that's all right.
BIOS has been reset.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we did that. Oh no.
What? Easy mode? What?
F8. You want F8. There we go. Update BIOS.
Update BIOS. Gigabyte bin. Whoop, whoop. Update BIOS. There it is. F20. So yeah, okay. F20. Are you sure? Update BIOS. Yes.
What's
All right.
current? Oh, you're on F4. It didn't
Oh,
take
F4?
Any,
Oh,
didn't
okay.
take any of your
oh,
BIOS.
crap. Yeah, because I tried to do F8, remember?
Yeah.
And then I tried F20. All right, so technically, what does chat say? Is chat saying anything? Did I technically post the first time? Or did I break
People
my
can
streak?
vote, or they can say my suggestion would before the board was put together, or there was thermal paste on. You should have checked.
Put in
it
your
then.
votes now.
Yeah. Put in your votes now.
Also, one of your fans is having trouble spinning.
Oh, yeah, it was happening earlier, too.
Yeah,
I don't know what
someone
that
in the
is.
chat was pointing that out. Thrashy.
Maybe I need a new fan. Oh, you know what? Accounting.
Accounting.
I got to call
you
up
need
accounting
RGB.
right now. I'm
You need
sorry.
RGB.
Yeah, I have proof this fan is not spinning. I need to get a new one.
Mrs.
Yeah.
Oler, he keeps buying fans. How many fans does this guy need?
All the fans.
Oh,
He's
man.
just gonna let him keep doing it. He's ripping us off.
You know, I had faith. I had faith the whole time I was going to do it.
Boria0 says it counts. Peter Jensen says no post for the first time.
Dude, Peter, you're always.
That is technically correct. I would tend to say, you know, I mean, it's not a big deal to honestly plug everything together and have it post anyway. So maybe
Yeah.
it's not a big deal. But no, you definitely did not post the first time. Elena says doesn't count for her.
Oh,
It doesn't?
No.
oh, for Elena.
Especially because I think Elena's saying, Adam, you're going down the road. There's a sign that says wrong way. And you're like, no, if we keep going, it's fine. Because eventually you go down the wrong road, it gets you to the right road. And
Okay.
we would say, no, that's not really true because sometimes the end of the wrong road is a dead end. Or a Mack truck going the other way.
All right, I'll take. You know what? I'm going to have to write.
Big Mom in the house says I call it no posts.
All right. You know what? Hey, it's cool. It's cool.
Ty Patterson, no posts, sorry, have to be post image.
I'm going to have to, after this, I'm going to have to email Pat Gelsinger. Be like, hey, listen, you broke my streak, dude.
Yep.
Or who's.
Is he going to say Intel's going to, they're going to,
Yeah. I'll be like, hey, listen, I switched away from AMD for you, and you didn't post me. What's up with that? Just kidding.
Pat, this guy on the internet's making fun of us again.
Well, now,
Why didn't he just update the BIOS that we had? He could have updated the BIOS, it would have been fine.
well, now I'm also wondering now. Excuse me. I'm wondering now what that means for the QFlash thing. I was not doing the QFlash thing right because obviously I have it on the thing. So I wonder how you're technically supposed to do that QFlash stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
So I could blame Gigabyte. I did put in the BIOS. I did hit QFlash. It did not flash the board.
Yep.
So I'm gonna. Who's the head of? Who's the CEO of Gigabyte? Should I call them up?
Yep.
Say hello.
It's your fault. I ignored all the warning signs
Yeah.
and didn't update the BIOS correctly.
All right. Well, let's get back in there. Make sure it's snagged. I do not have Windows on this.
I say put that 11th gen in.
Oh yeah. I just want to make sure the BIOS.
Andre says, yeah, the PC did not post. You call it what you want,
yeah.
but it did not post.
There you go.
Peter
BIOS.
Jansen says, Adam had a streak, question mark?
Peter, don't with me.
Oh, and I like this one from Dreadnought, famous last post. That's a good one.
Famous last post. All right, well, yeah, BIOS says F20. Now it's time to put in the chip. Thank you, Elena.
So the problem is
Coming
Adam
through
is
in a
not
pinch.
questioning. The way to question it correctly is say, what's the meaning of post anyway? Right? Your state of being. What is it is? Let's examine what a post is.
What is post?
existentially.
Post is like a what is that? Like it's a frame of mind, man. You
We're
know?
all posting.
I'm posting
Every
all
day.
the time.
Every day you're here, you should enjoy that as being posted. So, yeah.
You know what? I want to know how many computers Bill Clinton has built and posted his first time.
Oh, Craig Lally says it's the anti-post.
The anti-posts.
Borea 0. Majority decision, no post, and Alien. Greater than Aliens.
How many posts do you guys think Henry
That's not
Cavill did?
Henry Cavill?
Henry Cavill.
What?
I don't know, man. He did it all by himself.
Henry Cavill, what?
Yeah, I remember because he built his own PC on TikTok or YouTube or I don't remember. I will clean this off, Elena, I promise.
Shabashido does point out, and yes, sometimes QFlash doesn't like drives done with Windows FAT32 format utility. No, see, that's a different
Windows.
spin.
Okay. Because I did do it FAT32. I knew that for sure. Do you think I need to redo the thermal paste?
Yeah, you should on. Well, on the
The 11th gen.
well,
Should I wipe it and redo it?
you could add a little bit more.
Should add a little more. Should add a little more. Gordon says add a little more. Hey, you know what? If I would have listened to Gordon beforehand, I wouldn't have been in this.
Put a little less than half a B in the middle and
So-
the BB size in the middle. And
Well, once again, you know, I'm. You know what? This time I'm going to take Gordon's advice. So don't yell at me, anybody.
wait, Henry, you mean because Superman built his PC, right?
He built his
Yeah,
own
he built
PC.
his own
Yeah,
PC.
I'm pretty sure it was on YouTube or something. He did.
Yeah, somewhere on social media.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know if it posted. I'm sure somebody in the chat had watched it. Let's see if anybody says he posted the first time.
Did he?
I don't
Did
know.
Henry Cavill really?
As far as I know, yeah. Oh man, this. I must have clamped this down tight. Oh, there we go. Okay. Gordon says just.
Wait, it's not clamped down. Shouldn't you close? Well, it doesn't matter, but you should probably. Might as well just. Yeah.
Elena says Henry Cavill can take it as long as he likes in post.
How come?
He can. Because he's Superman, yo.
Okay, yeah.
Probably too much.
Yeah, that's all right. You can wipe that little. Who cares? There is a right way to do it, and then there's the it should work fine way. I think it should work fine.
It'll work fine. Right? Yeah, that's fine. Famous last words.
Famous
It'll
last
work
word.
fine. We know what happened last time I said that. Okay. All right, here we go.
You want to just try posting it now just for kicks? Or not?
It took F20.
Yeah, it'll work.
Man, if it didn't work,
You're going back to the AMD board.
yeah, then I'd be like, all right, we're here for another
Another build.
couple
immediately
hours.
after.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
we're going straight back to putting all this back to how it was. Yeah, I mean, my hope is that this motherboard is fine too.
No, you're good. I mean, the fact. Well, I don't know why they returned it, but you know how people are. So, especially with the Amazon warehouse, and you get a good deal on it.
It was a good deal. It was a good deal. All right. Here we go. Put the fan on. Intake, scooped like a bowl is exhaust. I learned that from Elena.
What if they're not shaped that way, though?
Fans are always shaped with convex.
Are they?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Unless
that
it's a Dyson.
every time you say always, there's somebody who has a. And always.
Unless
that's
it's a
why they say-
thermosiphon.
Oh, yeah, okay. Steelskin667 says Henry Cavill posted the first time, Adam.
Dang, nice.
Adam, Superman beat you.
Well, probably because he used an AMD system, right?
Oh, that.
Well, I watched it, and he's like, you know what? I better update this BIOS before I go in.
He's like, if I don't, the internet is gonna laugh at me.
I mean, it's not a big deal. The only reason I was thinking you should do it is now you have a.
All right.
Well, no matter what, you would end up with two dirty CPUs anyway, I suppose. So it
Right?
really
That's what I was
doesn't make-
saying. Because if it would have worked, then we would have been done.
Yeah. In the end, you make a U-turn, you go back a few miles.
Yeah. Okay. So now got the 11700K in with F20 BIOS. Post, baby, post.
You notice the fans actually spin up?
Yeah, but it did it last time, remember?
Yeah.
And then it like stopped working.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
See? No problem.
There we go. Let's get in there. Boom.
Holy smoke. Oh, it's the new BIOS. So why is it so different?
Yeah. I mean, F40 to F20, that's 16 more.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's showing the fan because this one is plugged into system,
No, I
system
think it's
fan
fine.
2.
I think it just,
Yeah, system fan 2 right there.
yeah, it was probably just freaking out because, you know,
Huh.
it wasn't posting with that
Okay.
wrong BIOS.
All right. Cool. Sweet.
So then all you got to do is drop in the rest of your drives and you're good to go.
Well, drives are in. I just got to put the GPU in.
Oh, you already did your M.2s in?
I only had one M.2.
Oh, but I mean your old
the other,
drives.
yeah, the other set of drives are plugged in. So, and it's reading them.
Does it show?
I have a Samsung. Oh, you know what? It's not showing the PCI. Oh no, because it's on SATA.
Does it show what mode the SSD is in?
It says by 4.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh no, it's probably the pack. Oh, yeah, no link. Here, I got the battery for that.
I just want to. Let's just. Too bad it's.
I had mine on a little longer than Gordon's. Okay. What's up?
I just want to see what the SSD. See if it shows what.
Could it be in the wrong slot?
No, it's working. I just was wondering if it was Gen 4 or it should be Gen 4.
All right.
Secure boot is auto. No. I guess it's so hard to read from here, but yeah. No, it should be Gen 4.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, look at that. We built a PC. Oh. Sorry, I ran my lav pack ran out of battery.
Adam's lab battery died. So.
Battery died. Now we know the theoretical limit on these. Here.
So wait, you want to plug in the GPU and then as well? See if that works? It should. Shouldn't be a problem.
It should. Cool. Boom. All right, I should be back now. Yeah. All right. We built a PC. We did it again. I don't know how many pieces. I feel like I should go back and just like watch all the videos and be like, how many PCs have I built live here on PC World? And this is the first one that didn't post. It's
Is
fine.
it really?
Yeah, it is.
Huh.
But that's because most of the PC builds we do, I'm not at the lead. So of the ones that I've been the lead of, this is the first one not to post. Anyway, it's cool. Like I said, I'm gonna throw this stuff in. The only other change I'm gonna make is once that Scythe Fuma comes in, that dual tower, I'm gonna throw that in here. And then yeah, maybe I'll finally upgrade these browns to blacks.
No, you got to keep them because it's a reminder of.
I mean, I could keep
I was
one.
just
I could
kidding.
keep one and throw it in the top here.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know, because the top is not going to be as noticeable, I don't think so.
We got one last super chat. Did you already do that one?
No, I did not.
VC Pester says, "Let's test your charisma, Adam." $10, thank you. I think you need to talk. I don't know who this person is. Freya Allen. Oh.
Freya Allen?
And Henry Cavill into doing a live stream, and Lena teaches Freya how to build a PC. I have no idea who Freya is. It's maybe a
I just did a search. Freya Allen is an English actress, best known for her role in Princess Cerealia of Sintra on Netflix. Oh, series The Witcher.
Oh, The Witcher. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna have to go home and get their email addresses. Give them, shoot them a thing. Now, you know what? That's something I could see Jay doing. Remember when he built? Who was that rap guy with all the tattoos on his face? He built a PC for that guy. You remember that?
No.
Who's the rap guy? Willis.
Jay is like the PC builder to the stars.
He is. You know who I'm talking about? Oh man, what's his name? He's got tattoos all over his face. Anyway, he built his
Post Malone.
Post Malone.
Post Malone.
He
There it
built Post Malone's PC. That was a couple years ago. So yeah, if anyone is going to build a PC for Henry Cavill and whoever that Witcher lady is, then it's probably Jay. I don't want to step on Jay's feet. So
Dreadnought is wondering, PSU change? No, we decided against doing it. He already had a 650 in here, and we're being lazy.
we're being lazy. I mean,
The Min PSU for 2080 Super.
I
is
obviously
650.
do have this 850. I've got other ones too. If it becomes a problem, then I don't know. I've never not had enough power. So yeah, I threw in the Elgato, threw in the RTX. Everything should be good, ready to take home. And actually, I'm off all next week, so I'm not even gonna have time to configure this. Actually, now I think about it. Oh, you know what?
What?
That means I'll have to rebuild the other one real quick to take that one home. So I have something to do tomorrow.
Wait, what?
Anyway, let's get out of here. I want to thank Willis for helping me out.
Anytime.
I really appreciate it.
Anytime.
Running the knobs, especially all the problems at the beginning. Everybody who held tight. It's awesome. Gordon, I want to thank you. You know what? And I want to apologize. I did not listen to you. Next time I'll have to listen to you, Gordon.
It's okay. Everybody makes mistakes. You just have to learn from your mistakes.
You know what? Learn, and you should learn from my mistake. You know, so hopefully somebody learned around here, because I know I did. Anyway, thank you all, fine people, for showing up. I'm tired. It's the end of the day. I don't have any pizza in me to keep me going, and I have to build one more computer, I guess, to take home, so that I have something to work on tomorrow. Anyway. Yes, nothing else to say. Maybe Full Nerd next week, because Brad's also out.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, we need to talk about that. But I do have a bunch of cool videos lined up. We have an interview. Yeah, we still haven't run that interview. That should be cool. Keith has got a video coming up, but his usual weekly roundup. Elena's got a video that's in the queue. We got so much video. So stay tuned. Stay locked, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified when things go live, and we will see everyone later. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your week.
Have a good one.